bidding for Damon Trichet in the Calcutta the other night, and we'd certainly like to see him get up there and get some points and lead the championship final in about another 3/4 of an hour to an hour's time. So it's going to be a big race, this one, that's for sure and certain. Let's have a look at who we've got out there. We're in Greg Robinson off pole. He's going to be a fast one in this one, and maybe we'll see a new record time. Who knows? Greg Robinson gets away to a pretty quick start. On the outside of him, I think it looked like Paul Belfield in car 29, the all-red Tirana. They're down the back straightaway now, past the Collie machine shop sign. Greg Robinson sitting in nice and neatly. Also in there, Bill Penn in car 57. From position 6 is up into 3rd already. Oh, and coming up there is Daniel Amajuri. John Amato's there. Phil Rose is off the back of the field now as we see... we've got Damon Trichet getting mixed up there with John Amato, and Damon Trichet could not do a thing about it. So a restart has been ordered. The race order is Greg Robinson, number 77, Paul Belfield, 29. The next car through is Bill Penn in car 57, then Daniel Amajuri in car number 83. Phil Rose, car number 6, is still near the back of the field. Now, I'm not sure. John Amato, I feel sure, will come back into his position, but whether or not Damon Trichet will get back behind him remains to be seen. Phil Rose thinks not. Phil would have seen the action. Phil's a steward himself. He knows what the decision may well be, and I'm not sure. We're just waiting to see what the action is on the start line. A board has been taken out, and could be that we're seeing a rear of field, or it's just a restart. So I think we may have a complete restart happening.
Looks like it.
2 abreast, complete restart. So no penalty, as Damon Trichet tried desperately to hold that up. He will go to the anyway because he's been told. But that's where he started anyway, Grant. So do you think it makes a lot of difference to him?
Not at this point, I don't think.
Try that one, it's a little bit louder.
Right, well, that talks to us, Tony. No, I don't think it's going to make a great deal of difference to Damon Trichet. Complete restart. He was from that position anyway. Still got a lot of tough competition in front of him. Greg Robinson, Bill Penn, Daniel Amajuri, Phil Rose. And that's not to now play the ability of Paul Belfield or John Amato either. It's a pretty tough field. If you get from 7 to 1st, you'll be doing very, very well, Tony.
That's right. On the restart, Greg Robinson in car 77, Paul Belfield, Bill Penn. Bill Penn now moves up on the inside of Paul Belfield. Oh, well, we've got a mixer all right. It's time to go down to Retrovision. We'll go to Collie Retrovision and we'll buy ourselves a Mixmaster. Oh, I tell you what, if we had a Mixmaster, we could do a better job than the drivers are doing. I can tell you now, as it's John Amato who is again caught up in the mixer down there. Hey, Grant, while we got this restart on, I just wanted to let you know too that obviously I'm just covering that one up for the moment, but we do have a couple of ABC fans around the Speedway, and one of our local Collie identities was at the main gate, and I was talking to her the other night, and she said, "Is that Grant Woodhams you've got up there on the PA? Is that the guy from the ABC?" And I said, "Yes, it is."
Now retired.
Now retired? You're not old enough to retire. You're still only about 25, aren't you?
That's right.
Yeah. So you retired? Reggie did?
I'm self-employed.
Self-employed?
Yeah. I work with Tony's telephone.
Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. Radio West brought us a street stock event earlier on. The Simon's Brekkie Show is the way to start your day with the right mix at Brekkie time. Simon's Brekkie Show. Don't forget Peter's Browns, supplying some great products in the ice cream van below us.
I was just going to say, are they doing the right thing by you? That icy chill ice cream.
Mate, that was absolutely beautiful. It was so delightful because it was just icy. And when you've got the iced coffee that is icy, it is really great. We've got got a couple of club members up here, a couple of committee members have joined us in the PA tower, Grant, and Philip Robertson, Ray Fitzgerald, a couple of the guys that gave us a hand to build the extensions on the PA tower last Sunday, and great effort indeed. The boys have just come up to, they've come up to have a look and just see what the view's like from up here, etc., and just check things out. But
shame about the carpet, the windows, and the decorative finishings.
Well, we'll worry about that another day, Jason.
Hang on, I'm about to be thrown out.
That's right. So, Ian Guppy & Co. Smash Repairs, Sweeney Court, bringing us this race now, heat number 22. We're waiting for the restart. Greg Robinson, car number 77, Paul Belfield 29, Bill Penn 57. Will they get through the first turn? Oh, as Damon Truchet does a 360 on the front straight, or a 270 or whatever, he's going to hold it up because he knows that the worst that'll happen is he'll go to the rear of the field. The engine started just after the yellows come on. How miraculous is that? Oh, boy, we've never seen that happen before in Speedway. Ian Guppy & Co. Smash Repairs, Sweeney Court, Collie, bringing in this race, specialising in smash repairs, spray and bake oven, windscreens, towing, all classes of insurance work, Standox paint system, equipped with car aligner straightening system, MTA approved body repairer, HBF recommended repairer.
John, on a complete restart, but Indian file restart. Robinson from Mandurah, Belfield from Albany. This is Paul Belfield, brother of Ron, and Bill Penn also from Albany in the 57 car. Daniel Amajuri, who comes from Ellenbrook in Perth. Phil Rose up from Bunbury, and Damon Truchet down from around Byford, just south of Armidale. Looks like we're away, Jason. They managed to get through turn one. Greg Robinson leads Paul Belfield, Bill Penn, Daniel Amajuri, Phil Rose, and Damon Truchet. Well, this is going to make it pretty hard for passing at this point. But Amajuri goes a little high to give Rose a chance to get down underneath him. But Foot Robinson continues to lead at this point over Paul Belfield, Bill Penn, and Amajuri high on the circuit, putting plenty of power on the floor in that little Cortina, the 83. As he skirts around the outside of Phil Rose down the back straight. But Greg Robinson continues to lead. Of course, Greg been a very strong campaigner in production sedans for many years. Very experienced campaigner. Greg Robinson down the main straight ahead of Paul Belfield, Bill Penn. Daniel Amajuri persists in that half-track high position. Phil Rose trying to get underneath him and then tailing the field off at this point. Damon Truchet, who would really like some big points, not looking like they're going to come his way at this stage. Amajuri still running high in form, not making much headway on the leaders though, as Robinson leads Belfield. Penn, Amajuri going nice and high to try and set himself up out of turn two down the back straight to try and get a slingshot around the outside of Bill Penn. He does that. Outside Penn, can he get around the outside of Belfield? This is Daniel Amajuri persisting in the outside run. Will it pay off for him? Working very hard. Still on the outside of Bill Penn is Daniel Amajuri. In the meantime, Greg Robinson starting to skirt away as Amajuri gets around the outside of Penn again. Doesn't pay off as both Rose and Truchet come together down in turns 1 and 2. Sort themselves out. Penn skirts underneath Paul Belfield at this point as Amajuri tries to make it 3 wide. Doesn't come off for him. Here comes Billy Penn trying to get underneath Paul Belfield. That move doesn't work. Greg Robinson continues to get away. Robinson down the back straight, just slightly over Belfield. This is Paul Belfield, then Bill Penn. Back to Daniel Amajuri. The battle is between second and third at this point. Oh, Paul Belfield's gone a little wide. Daniel Amajuri's had enough of running up top. He's come down. Penn once again underneath Belfield. This time it might come off for him. Bill Penn, but Paul Belfield lives again. Oh, puts the foot right down the floor, that little Tirana. Goes around the outside of Bill Penn. What a fabulous race these two are putting on. Of course, they're used to running with each other down at Apple Park in Albany. Bill Penn and Paul Belfield side by side down the main straight, and Daniel Amajuri is now going to come up to try and make it 3 wide as we've got 5 laps to run. Here goes Daniel Amajuri around the outside. He's had the best seat in the house to watch these two having a ding-dong battle. Amajuri now around the outside of Bill Penn. He's been trying to do this all night. Will it come off? Amajuri on the outside of Bill Penn, and now he'll try the outside of Paul Belfield. It might work for him. 4 laps to go. Daniel Amajuri, high, wide and handsome. Truchet and Rose unable to make any ground on these 3 at the moment as Greg Robinson gets further and further away. Oh, Amajuri miscues, allows Truchet to come down underneath. In the meantime, Paul Belfield brings the model down onto the pole line. He's got a little bit of headway now over Bill Penn, and now it's a battle in 4 for second place between Belfield, Penn, Truchet's up there with Amajuri as they go down the back straight. Truchet and Amajuri between 4th and 5th. Truchet makes it, looks like he's going to get underneath Amajuri, but Amajuri comes back again. 2 laps to go. Robinson in the clear. Belfield, and there's Amajuri around the outside. This move's persisted for him. Amajuri around the outside of Belfield. Oh, he stayed on the outside all the time. Did Daniel Amajuri. Has finally come off, and he skates ahead now with 1 to run. Won't catch Greg Robinson. Robinson's run away with this one. Robinson over Daniel Amajuri, who really persisted. Bill Penn, Paul Belfield, and then Damon Truchet going to put the little Cortina around the outside. Well, can he get any further ahead? Doesn't look like it at this point. Greg Robinson's going to go on to win this one. Greg Foot Robinson will win this one all the way over Daniel Amajuri, who drove a phenomenal race on the outside. Amajuri second, Bill Penn third, Paul Belfield, then Damon Truchet, then Phil Rose. Oh, what a great race from those drivers. And Daniel Amajuri absolutely drove the pants off that number 83. A little Cortina just worked on the outside of Bill Penn and Paul Belfield lap after lap and after lap, and persisted out there, and finally made the move that would work for him. Great race, but let's congratulate Greg Robinson, who walked away from the field. Very classy drive from Greg Robinson in that Western Cellars Mandurah Commodore Jason Crow.
It's just it.